Hello guys, welcome back to Cameron's Universal Information. This is a little miniature episode I'm gonna keep doing during the weeks in my free time to try to get you guys some consistent uploads. Today I was listening to Dr. Boyce Walker. Dr. Boyce Walker was talking about how Congress is heavily invested into pharmaceutical companies and big tech companies, right? And he was saying about how they own millions of dollars worth of stocks in these companies, right? Which is kind of suspicious to me, right? Because Johnson and Johnson and Pfizer make the vaccine. So why? So it's all about money, it seems to be. Because if you heavily invest into a stock of the company, you want the stock to do good, right? So you can make more money. So they're pushing the vaccines like crazy, right? Colin Powell died. He was the highest ranking black federal government. I don't know, whatever. Don't worry about it. But R.I.P. Colin Powell, right? So they used his death to push the vaccine, right? Even further, right? And he was 84, so he had cancer and he COVID. And he was 84 plus he has vaccine. They're trying to say this is why you should get the vaccine, right? But again, Congress is invested in these companies heavily. They got millions of dollars worth of big stocks in these companies, right? Which is suspicious to me, right? So it's all about the dollar to me. Well, not to me, but like to them, right? All they care about is money. They don't care about the people, right? Because most doctors, you talk to them, they will say they can't. They like the government can't rely on the people in the world to keep themselves healthy. They have to intervene and do what they have to do and give you pills, right? I was listening to Dr. Boyce Walker talk to a guy that watches his father eat himself to death, right? Basically eating bad food and constantly and killed him, right? He was saying about was a death train, right? Oh, you may have something wrong with you. They give you a pill. This pill will have side effects. Cause something else to go wrong. Then you get another pill. And it does the same thing. Death train, and it goes that way until you die, right? And it was just saying about how terrible it is, and he was saying about how I think I don't know. This stat seems kind of fishy, but it was about 300 to 400. I mean, 300 to 400 black men die every 3 to 4 days because of heart disease, right? And that's crazy, right? And is that not suspicious to you? You pushing a vaccine that you heavily invested into heavily invested into these companies, right? Because if you invest into a company, you want the stock to go up because you can make money, not down, right? So they're pushing the vaccine like crazy, right? So another thing is these tech companies too, right? Congress holded a hearing, right? It was for Google, Amazon, Facebook, Instagram, which is Facebook. Right? They had to come into this hearing and they had to answer some hard questions, right? And Dr. Boyce Walker basically said this is just like it's not real. They just want the people to feel like they've been heard, right? Because everything's going on in the world is crazy right now, right? And he was just saying about how, well, like, the action behind the words. Like, they may have said some powerful things and some things that they had some tough questions, but what action was taken, right? What action did Congress take? Nothing. Even though this is a Canadian podcast, I'm still gonna go through stuff like this. It may not always be Canadian stuff. It will be all stuff about everywhere around the world. I just like information like that, right? So, doesn't it sound suspicious, right? Because they own millions of dollars worth of these companies, and they're pushing them, right? And he was pushing the vaccine, trying to make money, right? And these tech companies too, right? Because if they're in a tech company, right, they're investing too heavily into a tech company. Why would they want the stock to go down? They don't want to, right? They just want the people to feel like they've been heard. And what another reason is because they they want to make money. Everything to them, everything's about the dollar. It doesn't matter what it takes, right? And it was another. It was just crazy, right? I'm not going to say what I was previously just about to say because that's going to go into a whole other talk and a whole other rant. I'm going to say another couple of things. This will be over, right? So they were saying about he was saying why some of these political parties are mad. He was saying the Democrats are mad because there's wealth inequality that came from the pandemic that was driven by these tech companies, not intentionally, just social media, right? You know what goes around. Remember the TikTok trend where they were stealing stuff from the schools, and now the TikTok trend where they banging on the ding dong door stitching with that's whatever song that is, right? Trends, right? So the Republicans are mad because companies are restricting freedom of speech and basically only allowing you to talk if you're liberal, right? They don't want to hear about what Joe Rogan took. I don't remember the pill. I don't remember what he took, but it wasn't the vaccine. He took that vaccine, or took the pill he took, and they don't want people to take it, right? I They don't want people to take it, right? Because they want people to take this vaccine so they can make some money, right? And it's all about the money to Congress. But if you don't agree with what I just said, go ahead and check out Dr. Boyce Walker's video. I'm gonna link to the one about Colin Powell, R.I.P. Colin Powell. If I didn't previously already say this, Colin Powell died. He died from COVID. They're using his death to push a vaccine. He was all 84, plus he had cancer, and he cancer. He was 84 and COVID, right? He had the vaccine, but he still died. You know, if you get cancer, it weakens your immune system, right? So they're trying to say, oh, he died from COVID. No, he died from cancer, COVID, and he was 84, right? The man was 84. How are you gonna say he died from COVID? Obviously, COVID played a role, but how you gonna say it was mainly COVID? In the news on CNN, the segment I listened about him yesterday, they never once ever mentioned how he had cancer or nothing else. They only said the main thing he died was from COVID, right? Which is suspicious, right? He had his vaccine, which he had his vaccine, right? So clearly the vaccine can't be doing too much to protect you. But I'm not against the vaccine, right? Well, I wouldn't say I'm not against it, but I'm also not for it. I'm neutral, right? Listen, if you don't like the information I'm saying, go check out Dr. Boyce Walker yourself. Hopefully you guys are going to have a good night. And this is Cameron's Universal Information. Hopefully you guys are going to have a good night. And peace out.